All right. I think I'm live here. I don't need this button that says learn more. Okay. Hey everybody. It is Tuesday. Uh Literally Tuesday after Christmas and before New Year. So instead of calling it Treadmill Tuesday, if you didn't see the last episode, I was on a mountain in Phoenix, and we're now going to be calling this Tread Talks. Uh Eventually I'm going to be working on a podcast. That's what I'm doing this afternoon. And I decided to come on here now and do a video because I'm mad. And I'm mad. You're going to love this one. The reason that I'm mad has to do with testosterone. Yep, you heard that right. Uh, Here's the thing. Many of you that have been kind enough to follow my journey in the last year and a half know that I have really been struggling with my running, which I have been very fortunate uh, for 25 years to been blessed with a body that just goes. And it has been a uh, up and down roller coaster, which for the women in this group that are in midlife and have dealt with perimenopause and menopause, roller coaster is a very apt word for what we go through, some women more than others. So the reason why I wanted to come on here today and I said I was mad is because um, I'll try and make this as brief as possible. But the FDA um, has not approved testosterone for women because there's not been, there's a multitude of things, but the gist of it is there's not been studies to show that it's necessary, basically. So I have this book here, The Menopause Moment. And this is Dr. Kelly Casperson. Ladies, if you're not following her, you need to. This is actually her second book. You want to talk about somebody who's mad? She's mad because she is the one trying to prescribe these hormones for her patients. So she's actually a urologist. She sees both men and women. So she knows that testosterone is readily available for men, but it is not for women. And I don't want to get into the details of it, but here's the gist of what I want to share with you. Two things is number one, you must advocate for your health and wellness. And if you don't know what to advocate for, that's what I'm going to be here to help you out with. As a matter of fact, I decided this afternoon I'm going to be doing a workshop. Um, this is one of 5 new books that I got for Christmas. It's not even the list of all the previous books that I have on this. And what that means is the fact that, and there was another book that just came out today that I need to order on GLP-1s, the discussion for weight loss and obesity and things like that, which is it is a necessary piece of the conversation. And I just decided we need to have a discussion about this in the workshop, not to tell you what to do individually, but to educate and empower you as far as what questions to ask. What do you need to know about your health going into 2026? And I'm not just talking about running. This um, this particular issue, the testosterone, I believe, has to do with my running, but the gist of it is about feeling good. And right now, I'll settle for. I actually am feeling better. At this time of year, I wasn't feeling good at all, and that's part of the roller coaster, right? But what a concept that I would be able to feel like myself again, and I would be able to run in the way that I used to. And this has nothing to do with you know, oh, you get older, so you just slow down. I have told many of my friends who have been kind enough to listen to me talking about running is I said it's like I don't have any power. Long story short, I was reading in this book and listening to a podcast on the way back up from my parents, and I didn't. I've been following women's health closely for the last 2 or 3 years now. I'm 51. I went on. Truth be told, I went on birth control at age 47 because of my hot flashes. Those of you who know me well know I don't need it for actual birth control, which is kind of a funny scenario, but I digress. Um, it was to try and mitigate my symptoms of hot flashes and night sweats because I was training. Well, I was training because my body was still able to run at that point. You want to know what I found out today? When you're on birth control, it can lead to loss of testosterone, let alone being a perimenopausal woman, and that really dropped testosterone. So, if again, we'll talk about this more in the workshop, but a lot of the myths out there is that women, testosterone is for men and estrogen is for women. Did you know? I did not, truth be told. Women actually have more testosterone circulating in their bodies than estrogen. And it's the testosterone that helps. It's an androgen and it helps to formulate. It's made in the ovaries and it helps to make estrogen. Again, that's not important. But what is important is that what I found testosterone not only has to do with libido and mood, more importantly, and what I'm very curious about, it has to do with cardiovascular health, bone health, and guess what? Strength. So when I've said over the last several months that I just don't feel like I have any power, I went and checked my last labs from uh, blood work, my annual blood work. The last blood work that I had didn't even have testosterone measured on there. So this is why I want to have the workshop and let women know what to ask for and what to be aware of. And again, I'm telling you my personal situation. Everybody's different, but it matters. This information that's coming out now matters to each and every one of us in our health. And, you know, all of us have different chemistry. And so that's what makes it challenging. But to figure out how you can feel your best is a quest I think is incredibly important because as Dr. Casperson says in this book, baby boomers are pissed and they should be because this information wasn't available to them. Gen X were kind of right on the border of kind of like, well, what's happened? And Gen Z, the millennials are like, uh-uh, we are like, tell us, keep going on this stuff because we're not going to suffer like our mothers and our grandmothers did. So it's a very exciting time. And it doesn't mean that if you're in your 70s that it's all over. You can still, like Dr. Casperson said, she had a woman in her 70s, she just had prescribed her hormones. And so I have to be careful that I'm all fired up about this and I'm out in public. I don't want to be talking about vaginal estrogen when there's people walking in the park, especially luckily there's no kids. I don't want to scare them. Be like that crazy lady talking about vaginal estrogen. But anyway, that's what she was prescribed. Um, again, just know that I am not, this is not individual information. It's just, we need to talk about this. And I already have an appointment to see my doctor next week for my annual checkup. Well, you can best believe that I'm going to be talking to her about making sure that testosterone is on my lipid or is on my blood work panel. Oh, and guess what? Even though the cholesterol or the testosterone that I found from 2 years ago was so low, and so one would think, oh, well, that's why the doctor would prescribe testosterone, just as they do for men. Insurance won't pay for it because the FDA hasn't approved it. So you better believe that's a battle that I'm going to be looking into, and I will tell you all about it. So this is my 10-minute rant for the new year. Actually, I'm I'm thrilled to have found this information, because one thing that has really bummed me out over the last year was the the relationship that I was having with running. I mean, running has been the longest relationship that I've had for 25 years. And the fact that she and I weren't getting along so well was really frustrating, all of the things. And I just kind of had to put it aside because I had to figure out my business and other things. But now that I'm seeing this, and I thought, my God, what if I was able to run again in the way? It doesn't have to be the same, the exact same, but if there is a reason that was causing, because what's happening is I don't even feel like going to run because it doesn't feel good. It feels like there's something holding me back, and something tells me physiology is holding me back. So this should be super exciting. Um, and again, I'll list the information about the workshop, but thank goodness for these pioneers, the women that are out there, the physicians, the pioneers in women's health that are putting this information out there. And I feel a responsibility now. It's my job because I speak this language, so to speak. Nobody's got time to read 6 books right away, but maybe you do. Great. If you do, contact me. We'll put you in the workshop. But it's frustrating, and so I want to just basically cut through the noise and help you understand a little bit more about this information and how it pertains to your body. So that's what I had to say today. If you're still watching, I appreciate it. And hey, it's almost New Year. So we are putting 2025 to rest. We are putting old uh, traditional medicine to rest, hopefully. And I'm excited. So I hope you're excited as well. I hope that my knee works after I get up from this position. That's why it's good to keep doing mobility. And I will take now to wish you a very happy new year. And I'm very much looking forward to helping you with your health and wellness and your running in 2026. I was reading the other day, my tagline I wanted to be, I see you, I hear you, and I believe in you. Because that's actually my word for 2026 is belief. And it started with me believing in myself first, so that I have the capacity to believe in all of those and that don't yet believe in themselves, and teach them how. There you have it. I'll see you next week, my friends. All right. Have a good one. Happy New Year.